As our latest production nears its opening night, we've gained access all areas to give you an exclusive, never-before-seen look backstage and behind the scenes on this, Tallaght Theatre's most ambitious production yet. We chat openly to the cast and crew as they prepare to take their show from page to stage.
Absolutely, they're in for a treat.
Most of the words I say, I don't know what they mean.
Welcome to Stage Left on the Playboy of the Western world. It's not every day you get a glimpse into Tallaght Theatre rehearsals, but we got access behind closed doors and our cameras were rolling to capture the first rehearsal of John Millington Synge's timeless classic, The Playboy of the Western World.
The Playboy of the Western World is about Christy and Pegeen Mike, kind of. He's supposedly killed his father at home, and he's come up and told all this village that he's killed his father, and they all think he's fierce, mysterious, and who's this guy coming up after killing his dad? And
Christy's a very shy, timid guy, would be unrecognisable in a small town even, and people would pass by him. He was very much a loner, and one day he just got it into his head he couldn't take it anymore. His father was pushing him towards an arranged marriage with a much older lady who didn't fit the bill for him. He strikes out at his father and believes he's killed him.
Instead of the villagers being shocked and scared, they think this guy's a legend. They absolutely love him. He seems a bit surprised by this, but he goes along with it and milks it, and he starts adding on yards to the story, making it bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually gets found out.
We find out in the end, and maybe he's not as big as he thinks he is.
There's a maniac out in front of me.
While some old favourites return to the Tallaght Theatre stage, there's some new talent waiting in the wings.
And there was no one in it but the two of you alone.
Yeah, so Aisling came in and auditioned for Playboy, and she blew us away. She was absolutely incredible. She is, you can see she has years of experience on the stage, but it is her first time kind of gracing Tallaght Theatre stage. And you know, the following that we have, they know us, they know the normal characters that take to the stage, so it can be kind of intimidating. She's working opposite Ken, who will be a great support for her, who will definitely take her under his wing, and hopefully she can rub off on him in the best way possible.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass.
It was fabulous to hear her read the part. She was able to, I think, go there immediately, and my gut instinct was that, yeah, she's going to be a good Pegeen Mike. She's going to really put it up to Christy and make Christy work for his part.
She just absolutely has a passion and a love for the theatre and for the stage. And from talking with her, she was blown away when she got the news that she'd gotten the part of Pegeen Mike, which is one of the iconic theatre parts for any actress worth their salt. They would give their eye teeth to play the part.
she has a huge amount of stage experience and has done a lot on the stage. But when we first brought her down, I don't think any of us realised quite how good she was. And all the girls got a bit of a fright, really, when she came down. But the part that she plays, Pegeen Mike, is, I think the chemistry between her and Quinn is brilliant because they're both really strong. And I love playing against Aisling for that because she's a really strong character and she's a really strong actress. So there's kind of nice stuff there between us. And she's good crack to be on the stage with as well.
I'm all about that bass, about that bass.
I went to the auditions and I was fortunate enough to be cast as Pegeen Mike, who I guess you could say is the love interest for Christy Mahon, the Playboy, so the main character in the piece. I think on a very basic level, I think when someone would read the text or just watch the performance, one of the first adjectives you'd give her is she's feisty. For example, she's promised to marry the village idiot, Sean Keogh. And that just doesn't suit her at all.
I don't think it was typecast. It's completely the opposite of what I normally do. He
would wilt her strong personality, her strong power, And so I think she would rather never marry than marry this man.
I'm disgusted actually that I got that part, but what can you do?
And I'd give you 2 kids for your dinner and a gallon of poaching, and I'd call a piper on the long car to your wedding from Crossmalina.
Johnny is hilarious on stage, and I think he's like, obviously he's a really good actor, very strong, but he's so funny to watch, and he's just, I think his expressions and the way he portrays Sean Keogh is just perfect, because as it, like in the play and stuff, Johnny Keogh is very much kind of this real and meek religious character who Pegeen Mike looks half allergic to most of the time. So, and then I think Johnny just plays that perfectly. For him, like the minute we started even casting for this play, when Johnny read that part, we were all just in stitches, and nobody can take him seriously. He's so funny to watch.
John's a law unto himself.
Sean is a quiet, timid guy who's very reserved and very, oh yes, kind of like John. You know, when you're doing a play, a comedic play, or even a serious play, John just kind of turns any part into something that you just can't help but laugh at. He's very serious and he gets very into character, and he's very, I just can't really explain it. You just have to laugh.
He works really hard, right? He works really, really hard, and gives every rehearsal 100%, you know, right from the get-go, and we're not all like that. But John is one of the few people that are, you know, will come in and start work and working hard. Some of us take a little more time.
So yeah, Ken seems to have a problem with lines. He can't seem to get them off all the time.
We have to pace ourselves into it, and we have to be getting more familiar with the way other characters are going before we can adjust our character to suit.
Ken is the diva of Tallaght Theatre. He is, once Ken's on stage, that's it, Ken is on stage. Ken owns the stage, right? He's in charge.
Ken is such an amazing actor, such charisma, style, panache. He's got it all.
I knew he'd been on the stage. I knew he was born to act. He's a very natural quality.
Just to see that man on the stage, it's like water. It's like water on the stage.
It might come out completely different to what it is in the script, or a few pages ahead of where we actually are.
There was a play that we did, I think the first play I did here maybe called Da. There was a scene that he was doing on stage with another character, and it was timed to the point where I knew that I would have enough time for a costume change. I knew I had plenty of time for a costume change, and I was down in the dressing room, and the trousers of my suit that I was changing into were down by my ankles, and I heard my cue to go on stage, and I'm like, Jesus. I don't even have my trousers on. So I kind of pulled them up as fast as I could, and I ran out, burst out onto the stage as quick as I could. And the audience were laughing their heads off, and I thought, Jesus, I'm dead. And the audience are crying their eyes out, and I'm thinking, I'm amazing. I walked off the stage thinking, I nailed that. I actually nailed that scene. Then I looked in the mirror, and the fly was way open, the shirt wasn't even close, you know, the tie was hanging out over here somewhere. But yeah, that's when I knew it was just as dangerous to be backstage when Ken is on stage as it is to be on stage with Ken at the same time. So I like that excitement of being on with him, because you never really know. You never really know what you're gonna say or what you're gonna do when he's on, and that's exciting.
Bit of a man-eater by all accounts. So I mean, really, it was typecast, you know.
Huge similarities between Ken and Christy. Christy thinks he's a bit of a legend, so does Ken.
But I think he got hit in the face with a spade. It's probably a turnip or something. He got hit in the face with a turnip.